I hope you're doing well. My name is Coach Karen Jones Ogbefun. I am your iLock relationship coach and consultant, and I am here for another video. So I hope you can hang out for a little bit. My videos usually don't take that long. If they do, I usually send them over to YouTube to play the entire video. And you can go to YouTube, my page at Coach Karen Jones Ogbefun, and subscribe. Some of the videos I do post here, but the longer ones I cannot. So I send them over to YouTube. And I wanted to talk about relationships. I love relationships. I love seeing people in relationships. I love people trying to work on their relationships. I love families. And I did a post yesterday about when a couple partners are in a relationship, that if they have issues, they need to address it with the other person and not go outside the relationship and have a discussion with someone else. That could be dangerous. And I'm going to tell you why. And I got a couple of stories for you. So I hope you have some time to hang out for a little bit. I hope to entertain you. I do want to tell you a little bit about why I decided to become a relationship coach. Personal share. I was in a relationship with my husband, who wasn't my husband at the time. And we were in a relationship and I got pregnant. The pregnancy was pretty bad. I was high risk. I was going to the hospital a lot. It was pretty bad. So that'll probably be another video. It's a lot that went into it, but just know that it was a really bad pregnancy. And when our daughter was born, there were some issues. And the issues really took precedence over the relationship that we had at the time. We really didn't know how to stay committed to one another, and at the time, stay committed to what we needed to do for our daughter. A lot of it was just bad communication. It was really bad. So we ended up splitting up. And I remember that day, and it was the worst day of my life. And it was something where I wished if he would have just said sorry. Or if I would have just been honest and said, this is what I need from you in order for it to be okay, where we can start working on our relationship. At the time, we were so hell-bent on and stuck in our own positions, we didn't realize what the impact would be. I left with our daughter, and it was bad. It was really bad. I knew in my heart this man was going to be my husband, and he did as well. He knew that I would be his wife. And it was heartbreaking when I left, and I moved out of state with our daughter, back to where we lived before. And it was hard because I knew that I didn't want to get into any relationships that I had lost my heart, that I had lost that person that I knew that was my life partner, but we just could not get it together. And it was interesting. He called one day, and this was probably a month after we left, and he says, "Are you coming back now?" I just looked at the phone and just hung up. No. If you're calling about your daughter, that's fine. But no. So we were separated for at least 8 years plus, maybe 8 to 10 years. And again, I knew that I wasn't going to commit myself to someone again until after our daughter went on to college. It's a very different world when you're a single mother and you have a daughter. My son was about 10 years older, so he wasn't really around much. He was in college. And I know how it feels to be in a relationship with someone and it go wrong. And instead of just being vulnerable at that moment and telling that person how you feel and what it is that you need at that time, you just keep it moving. And that was the hardest day of my life. So I was very happy to know that years later that he was not in a relationship and he didn't have a relationship, and so he wasn't married again, he didn't have kids, and he wanted to try again. And I did too. And it was something that we had to really work on. We had to go to therapy, coaching. It was a lot because even though we loved each other, that's not enough. You have to be willing to work out the situation, work out the issues that you have with your partner. So love is great, but you really got to be compatible. You really have to have a shared vision on how you want your relationship to be. And when I see couples or people who are divorced or separated, it's sad for me, because you wonder if it's something where they just had to go and they had to be out, and sometimes you just got to be out. Just got to be out. I've been in situations like that. You just had to go. That is not even worth it. It's draining. It's not worth your time. It's toxic. You just got to go. But those relationships where you were just too stubborn and, just kind of feeling yourself to the point where your ego is so huge that you can't be humble enough to say, this is what I need from you. I don't want to leave. I love you. I don't want to leave this relationship, but this is what I need from you in order for me to at least stay and try and work it out. But if you don't see that other person trying, you can't have a relationship by yourself. You just can't. You can't. And for us, at the time, he was an alpha and I was, because I was a divorced mom of my son. And I had to raise a young boy. And I had no time for games. So I didn't really know how to have conversations, have communication, healthy communication with another person, with a partner. And, you know, with him being an alpha male, Nigerian alpha male, ladies, it was a challenge. It was a challenge. We got to a place where we're like, we want to be together, and we know these are the things we need to do in order to be together and be in a healthy relationship. This is why I do what I do. I don't want people to wait 8, 10 years to try to be thinking about that person that they love so much that they let go, and they're wondering where they are. I don't want to see that. I went through hell. And I pretended it was all good. I went through hell. And so did he. So when I talk about relationships, it's fun, but it's also something that I feel like I've been born to do. And I hope you can walk with me on this journey. I hope that you can look at my videos, maybe even become clients if you need it. But I don't want to see another person's relationship go away because they don't know how to talk to the other person, because they can't communicate effectively to let that other person know how they feel. I don't want to see another one like that. I don't want to see families broken up, kids wondering where mommy is, kids wondering where daddy is. Again, for those situations that you have to leave because it's toxic, it's abuse, I'm not talking about those situations. I'm talking about the ones where you know damn well if you said something, that person will still be there. If you said something, you two would probably be in counseling right now. If you said something, they would be willing to work it out just as much as you would. So I'm here, and I laugh, and I have fun when I'm doing my videos, but know that this is my life. This is what I do. I was in the medical field for 20 plus years. Wasn't fulfilling, it paid the bills. Wasn't what I wanted to do. Wasn't my passion. Wasn't what I was born to do. This is what I was born to do. Help people in relationships. This is what I was born to do. And I hope you enjoy my videos again. I'm gonna have to do another video and actually talk about what it is I wanted to talk about in terms of that post, but I felt like I just had to stop. Sometimes when I hang out, I'm in chill mode, because I feel like sometimes I'm talking to my girlfriends. But you gotta know that when I'm in chill mode, it's because I feel comfortable and I want to talk to you all coming from that place. I don't want it to be all tense and, you know, I'm like just doing any old thing. I gotta be focused and I gotta know what I'm talking to you about. So sometimes I am relaxed, sometimes I gotta read my notes, but you gotta know that I may not know you, but I love you. Understand what I'm saying. Human to human, I may not know you, but I love you, and I love your story, and I want to hear your story. Just like you heard mine. And I want you to get your family back. Even if they've moved on, but you want to be able to have a relationship at least with your kids, I want to help you with that. Like, life goes on, but there are things that we can do intentionally to make it better for us and for the other person. I don't know what I would give to have my husband, who wasn't my husband at the time, at least stay in the same town with me so he could help me raise our daughter. very stressful. Single mothers, single fathers, you know what I'm saying. Caregivers, single caregivers, you know what I'm saying. It's very stressful. So I'm going to end on this note because I don't know if it's going to play on YouTube, on Instagram. So I'll do another video, but sorry, kind of went off the rails. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.